we are chatting with the Darcys. It's Mariah and Ty. Thanks for chatting with us, fellas. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking.
I feel like I just asked that a couple of
Yeah, yeah.
moments ago.
As we worked at the kinks of the Zoom, you asked how we were doing 5 times, and we're great. Exceptionally.
You are currently in a cottage in Ontario right now, correct?
Yeah, we're trying to recover from the last 5 nights of sleeping on a very bumpy bus, but taking a couple days off before we jump into our first Canadian show in Kingston.
Everybody that we have the opportunity of chatting with when they're doing a bus tour with their prospective bandmates, we always like to ask them what keeps them sane from killing each other when they're on the bus tour. And everybody always has different answers. But I mean, how are you guys faring? Being in close quarters with one another.
We're actually on the bus with the Blue Stones as well.
Oh.
So there's multiple people we have to not murder at all times. But I don't know. Spirits have been high. We've been having a blast. I think everyone's. Do you have a plan to not kill me?
I have a plan.
Oh.
My plan is to not kill you.
Oh, okay.
If that's the plan.
But you're not like. There's no like.
No, I'm not. I haven't been struggling with the other outcome of that.
We're not sleeping in the same bunk. I think that's helpful because I think that would be too much. So we have 2 separate ones.
Yeah, I think also sharing it with the other band is cool because there's a lot of camaraderie and we're all hanging out, and it switches up the interpersonal dynamic, so we're having a lot of fun.
That's good to hear. I'm glad that you don't have to think ahead like some people that we've chatted with. They're like, no, I need to watch my shows in order to not.
Well, see, here's the thing. We're only 4 nights into the 22-night tour, so maybe by the time we get to Calgary, we can check in and if Jason's still with us or not.
Yeah. We'll to that. Yeah, that'll be good. We need tabs on that for sure.
It is.
You can't really disappear a lot of band members when it's all duos.
That's true.
People will notice.
Yeah. I feel like the last band that we chatted with about that was Hotel Mira, and they all bring their own separate gaming systems.
Yeah.
To keep one another happy. But so what can we expect for you guys for the rest of this tour? I mean, you said you're just getting into the beginnings of it. Tell us about what you got planned for that.
I mean, we're doing most of Canada. We're not getting all the way out to the East Coast this time around, but we're really focusing on getting back there at some point. But getting to play Canada on a tour like this and playing almost the entire new record is really exciting. It's something we haven't really done. COVID, we had a big tour lined up that got pulled, and then we haven't been able to do something as focused and as long as this one. So it's really exciting, and just seeing everything climbing, like all of our fans and everyone just being excited about the songs. You can see all like the stream numbers and everything inflates when you go out on tour because there's more content, there's more everything for everyone to be.
And your songs are getting used for the Stanley Cup playoffs too, correct?
Yeah, so far we're good luck for the Leafs. We'll see. I think they keep using Dreamin' is like I get a text every day that it's in the game, so it's pretty exciting stuff.
I was just gonna ask because I saw on your Instagram you had like a big shout out to them. You did this nice video with the jersey and everything. How do you feel that the Leafs didn't choke in the first round? This goal, like that's huge, just yesterday.
Yeah, exciting. We watched it up at a little pub up here. And it was exciting stuff. There was a group of the pub was entirely empty, and then there was about 10 elderly folk who were listening to music at a level which I think might have harmed both of our music careers. I think we're both sort of like have some decibel loss from it, and it was just like that music blasting, and then us trying to watch the Leaf game to see what happened. So it was an odd way to see the win, but. Fun. And then the Kings, our other team, I guess, because we've been in LA for so long now, got bounced by Edmonton last night, which is great.
We're both from Edmonton, so I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad. But
no, you don't need to feel bad.
They needed that. Like it looked dark off the top there for a second, and so for that, I feel like they're re-energized now. So I think
at least you have one of your teams that has advanced. That's good, and I'm always happy to see the Canadian teams pull through, right? So
totally.
Pulling for both of mine. It is only May, like you guys are just kicking off this tour, but speaking of Mae Martin is a person with that name, and you guys recently did a bunch of work with her. How did that come about?
It's funny, Mae and I went to summer camp as kids in Ontario, so And if we go back to that time, May was the star of the theater program and the campfire skits, and they were really, the performer, and I was the acoustic guitar guy singing Wonderwall. And
Nothing's changed.
nothing has changed all these years later. May went off to live in England for a long time and build their comedy career, and we were doing our thing with the Darcys for all these years, and then we moved to LA at the same time. And there's a really nice thing, I think, with relocating to a city like that where you kind of just index all the people that you know because you're starting over essentially. And we're like, hey, I know you, you know me, like, let's hang out, let's be friends. And immediately we kind of just picked up where we left off. And May had just started writing some music, which we were listening to the early demos and we're like, we need to record this. It's so good. And it turned into a whole album and a tour. And it's been amazing to like help someone else kind of realize their musical vision.
It's kind of nice to hear that people, like Canadian people especially, keep tabs on one another when they do move to LA and like use that.
LA's crazy for that. There's like
only imagine.
Facebook groups, and we don't do it enough, but SoCan does a good job of having events and stuff like that. So you do see a lot of the people you try to escape when you move there.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird to see you guys cross over on the Instagrams. That totally took me by surprise. You got your new album out. You've been having hit after hit on the radio here. Rendering Feelings came out in September. Is there anything else you're working on that you can tell us about? Give us a little exclusive, perhaps.
We just released a cover of a Dua Lipa song, which is really fun. And it's a little bit of a fun, like Easter egg. It's a part of the Dreamin' EP, and you got to kind of look for it to find it. But I think it's a really fun thing for people to dig into.
We used to work at a pop station, and Dua Lipa was like the only one I liked. So.
I loved all those songs. Are so funky. They're so good.
He's not doing it justice. This man has had a crush on Dua Lipa for like 6 years.
Fair enough.
I think everyone has a crush on Dua Lipa.
Yeah, come on. She was in the Barbie movie. She was Mermaid Barbie.
One of the many wins for her.
What makes you guys want to cross over into doing covers like that? Like, I wouldn't necessarily think that that's right on your dial to do some of these pop covers, but I mean, that's obviously challenging and shows your range. So where was the
I like to
inspiration for that?
surprise people every time with the songs that we pick, because I think that they hear the kind of music that we make over all these different years, and they're like, okay, this is what the Darcys are into, this is what they do. But it's fun to kind of play with it a little bit, be like, no, we love pop music, and we love Steely Dan, and we love like all kinds of different eras of music, and we can appreciate it all. And it's also just an interesting kind of creative experiment to try to process it through our lens in the kind of tones that we like to record with. So
yeah, and to make it make sense for people that like us, so it's not just that song all over again. We do have, I don't know if these will ever see the light of day, but we did cook up pretty amazing covers of I Was Made for Loving You and Sex and Candy in this little expedition to see what song we wanted to put out. So maybe they'll come out at some point.
Wow. Well, I want to hear those because I think that's very cool that you said you're fans of everything. I appreciate artists that have eclectic tastes, and I think it just makes you more well-rounded in your performances. But we do know you have a Calgary show coming up, which is very exciting, which we wanted to ask you guys about because we're biased. We love you. We want to see you.
Yeah, hopefully you guys come by the station. That would be, and then we can also hop on Zoom at the station too.
Just to show that I can do it, I swear to God, I can get on Zoom.
I think we're doing this now because the show's on a Saturday, so the station's not open.
That's true.
Fair.
So we're gonna miss you, but we'll see you at the show. You'll send us a message or whatever, and we'll make sure you're taken care of so you can come see us. But I think it'll be really great because we haven't played Calgary, and we played a couple years ago, but they were sort of odd ball shows at the rec rooms and stuff like that in Edmonton and Calgary. So since then we haven't been back proper, and I know that the Bluestones have a lot of support out there too, the band we're on tour with, and you guys have been just really pumping the tunes, and we see so much energy from Calgary, so we're really hyped on that.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of when we had a bunch of tickets to hook listeners up to your show with the Bluestones, and people,
they were animals.
Phones are ringing off the hook, right? So it's good. People can't get enough, and yeah, we're happy.
That's awesome.
Have your guys' jams pumping up every hour, which is great. So
yeah, we just cooked up a new version of Dreaming, I think, which just went to radio this week or last week and stuff. Super exciting too.